Dear learners, welcome to this program. This is Jitendra Singh, Assistant Professor in Media and Communication Studies at Chaudhary Bansilal University, Haryana. And my dear learners, we are developing a series of lectures on the topic New Media under the broad discipline of journalism and mass communication. Today, this is the first lecture, and today we would be discussing about the development of new media. So let's begin this session, and before that, let's have a look at the major takeaways of this session. So today in this session, we would be discussing about the various concepts, the various definition and types of new media with certain examples. And of course, we would also be talking about the newness in this new media. What makes this new media new? So we would also be discussing about the new media, the newness in this new medium, and the technological developments in the making that contributed to the phenomenal growth of this new media technology. From standalone technologies to convergence, my dear learners, there were so many technologies which were developed in the recent centuries, and they all contributed to the growth of new media. So we would be discussing all those technologies one by one, and because of those technologies came the concept of convergence. So definitely we would be also throwing light on this topic, convergence. And of course there are dimensions and variables to differentiate the new media from old media. And there are certain characteristics of this new media that makes it different from the traditional forms of mass media. And its implications for the users, the producers of content, and the publishers. So these are the major, some of the major key takeaways of this session. And I hope by the end of this session, you would be able to understand the various concepts of new media and how it evolved in the recent years. So let's begin the session. And here I would like to begin the session with the concept and the definition, or the concept which was first given by Marshall McLuhan, the communication scholar, and his colleague Wordsmith and Showman, who are attributed for the first ever use of the term new media in 1960s. So at that time in 1960s, when nobody could have imagined what new media is, so these gentlemen, Marshall McLuhan and his scholars, during a research study, they coined this term for the first time in the context of electronic news gathering and worldwide reach. So this was first pronounced by them, and it was published in a research journal in 1960s. So this is how they gave an idea to the public about this new media technologies which were emerging that time. And at that moment of time, people could not have even think about that such a kind of technology would appear in the coming period of time. So when we think about, or when we first talk about these technologies, so what is in common about them is that they are emerging communication technologies which are mostly digital. And then what comes first in our mind when we talk about the new media, as in general, and for a layman to understand this, I have seen that most of the people have an understanding and they believe that internet is the new media. Though this is one of the principal keys and important key factors, that is the principal force behind this technology, but internet alone cannot be considered the new media. So this we will definitely understand in this session. We'll make it clear and we'll understand how what are actually new media technologies. And it is actually a much debated topic. As social scientists and different scholars have different opinion, they have different multiple arguments, and they have different opinions on this topic. This is why, because for instance, a person from sociological background, or a person, a scholar from linguistic background, would see this subject in the light of the kind of impact it's create on the language of the people and society. Similarly, a scholar from sociological background might have a different opinion on this subject, as he might look at this subject in the wake of the kind of impact it's create on the information networks and the society. Therefore, different people have different opinion, and we have multiple arguments on this new media. And even on the definition of new media and the term new media itself, there are different arguments, and there is no single definition which we could make it universal or which is widely accepted. But still, we have certain definition which we have brought for you, which will definitely help you to understand what this new media is. So let's begin with some of the important definitions, and this is one of the important definition which I have brought for you, and this is given by Rupert Logan, who's a scholar, and he is in continuation with Marshall McLuhan's research study. He gave this definition which says that new media is information and communication technologies and their associated social context, and especially as infrastructure with three important components. The first one is the artifacts or devices used to communicate or convey information. Then the second one is the activities and practices in which people engage to communicate or share information. And then the third one is the social arrangements or organization forms that develop around these devices and practices. So what we can see in this definition, which makes it common, and which is, which you will find in other definitions also common, like these are principally these are information and communication technologies and their associated social context. So context. So there is a social context also, because once you are putting an information in public domain, or when we are preparing any information for broadcast, or when we are putting any information for mass level consumption, then we have to think about the society, because every society has certain norms. So while producing that information, we have to think about the social context also. So this definition clearly tells us that these are information and communication technologies, and they have certain components, like as they said, the artifacts or devices which we use to communicate, and then there are practices which developed around these artifacts and devices, and then the kind of organization forms or social arrangements that developed around the media content. And then this definition also tells us that, as we have seen in the definitions and concepts of mass media, production, text and audience are the core elements of any mass media. So for a medium to be qualifying as a mass media, it has to have production, it has to have text and audience as the key components. Whereas if we compare it with the new media, artifacts, practices and social arrangements are the core elements of new media. So let's move on to the next definition, and we have some other definitions such as from a prominent scholar like Leverov and Livingstone, and according to them, there are three aspects of the new media technologies. The first one is the message, the second one is the technology, and third one is social context. So see, again there is social context which is common in this definition also, and a message, of course, because if there is mass media, there has to be some message, and involvement of technology or channels, or you can say anything. Technology is always there. So this is a important definition, and not only these three components, there are certain other components also which Leverov and Livingstone have talked about. They have also included collaboration, digitization and telecommunication. So my dear learners, these three topics, collaboration, digitization and telecommunication, may appear very simple for you, but they are altogether in their own, they are different concepts. Collaboration means, when we say collaboration, it indicates that these technologies help the users to collaborate or to form online communities, to socialize on online communities, to form different groups and groups of like-minded individuals. So collaboration has a lot of meaning to it. So this word has a lot of meaning attached to this. And then digitization. This is again because today we are seeing that every single technology is coming on the digital platforms. The earlier analog based devices or the earlier analog based devices are also turning into digital. And not only by saying this digitization, we mean that the technology is getting digital. There is a different definition and different meaning to it. meaning which is attached to this word. Here, the author means to say that the making or the production of content is also taking place at digital platforms. See, when you are creating a content for social media or any media, you are using text, you are using photographs. So in today's period of time, we actually are using different computer devices or different computer applications to create media content. So that is also again happening at a digital platform. Then not only the production of the content in digital form, we are also, distributing it, or we are exchanging this information also through different social media platforms or different media platforms which are compatible with each other. And then telecommunications, yes, of course, these are communication technologies which are giving you an opportunity to the users of these media content that they can comment on, they can share in private as well as in public domain. So this is very much clear that these technologies are again communication technologies which has message, social context and technology in common. Then Gitelman and Pingree use the term media in transition to describe a period of time during which a medium is emergent and thus a sort of contrast to and competitor for the old media. Yes, very well said. And according to these two gentlemen, according to their definition, whenever a new technology arrives into any society or emerges or enters any society, it definitely creates a kind of a competition or a threat or a challenge to the existing mediums. And of course, it is in contrast with all of them because it has something new. It is gaining popularity because of something newness in these technologies. So therefore, any technology when it comes in the market, it definitely creates a kind of a challenge for the competitors. And this can be easily understood with an example of television. So I remember when television came into the scene in 1960s for the first time in 59 as an experiment in Delhi, and then it was made open for the public in 82 and 84. So during that period, people started imagining that with the advent of television and the popularity of television, the radio would die. The radio will not continue in future and people will not be interested in listening radio. Similarly, this thing happened with newspapers also. When the new media came, people have started imagining that there is no need of now reading newspapers because there are different websites, there are different mobile alert services, there are different online papers, e-papers, which are giving you information for free, and why you need to buy a newspaper. But still, these technologies are prevailing and still running in the country like India. And though we have seen in the Western world that the newspapers are dying or the newspaper organizations are at the verge of they are shutting down, but still in countries like India they are going to survive for. But this definition is very true in the context that whenever a new technology arrives in the market, and because they have used the term media in transition to describe the period during which a new technology is emergent. So let's move on to the next definition, which is given by Lev Banovic, another scholar, and he has defined new media as cultural objects. And of course, because any media or any technology definitely creates a kind of an impact on the society and on the culture of the society. So these are cultural objects which use digital computer technology for distribution and exhibition. Again, we find that in this definition, computer technology, digital technology and distribution and exhibition is there. So these are technologies, these are cultural objects which use digital computer technology for distribution and exhibition. For some scholars, it is they have a different viewpoint by certain scholars who believe that these are not at all any technology which is new, but there is a newness or there is a vast change in the packaging, presentation and distribution of news. So as we have seen in the recent times that the presentation and the content of news and the way it is being packaged and presented, the duration of the news stories, the content, everything has been changed as we compare with the previous traditional mediums when we used to watch news on television, and when we see the same story on internet or on any website, their presentation style has definitely changed. So this is how the people are looking at this technology in a different way, that there is no new technology, but there is a newness, or there is a change in the packaging and presentation of news, and also the distribution, because there are a lot of digital technologies which are involved. Digital platforms are helping us to distribute news also. So this is their viewpoint, and so let's sum up and let's understand this in detail, and let's sum up all these definitions, and let's understand the crux of all these definitions. So it is the new media is a communication technology typically involving computer compatibility that allows to facilitate interactivity. So these are actually information technologies which is made possible with the compatibility of computers, and they also facilitate interactivity, means they are so interactive in nature as compared to the other medium. So here one thing which we must discuss, and we must know what is compatibility. So computer compatibility was compatibility was a major stumbling block, or a major issue during the development of this technology, because earlier the computers were not compatible with each other. So which means that a program which is which is running on a window based software, or an application which is running at which we can run at the window based software is not compatible, and was not could not be played or could not be run on computers like Apple, Apricot or Amstrad. So the computers were not compatible with each other, and later on with the development of compatibility, and now that every computer machine is compatible with each other, different applications are there for all these different systems, operating systems, so that one computer can the programs of one computer can be played on over the other one. So this is how this computer compatibility facilitated this technology, which is called the communication technology, and it also gave us the concept of interactivity, and interactivity can easily be understood as we have seen that every media has a feedback mechanism, where like readers, but they have a limited feedback mechanism as compared to what is there on television or what is there on new media. So new media has the higher degree of interactivity as compared to the other traditional mass medium. So to understand it in more details, let's discuss what interactivity is. See, every media like newspaper cannot speak to their customers, or cannot speak to their clients or their consumers or their readers, and they cannot understand what is how do they feel about their news when they read out their stories, and when they go through their newspapers. So what is their opinion about their newspaper? Similarly, the same thing happens to a radio program or a television program. No media could even get the feedback of the people, and they could not understand what the audience are thinking about them, what is their opinion about their broadcast. But this new media is highly interactive, that it gives you feedback in real time. It gives you feedback instantly, as we have seen in that every website has to understand this, every website has a comment section where you can definitely leave your comment, and you will get a reply from the owner of the website. So this is how interactivity. And then see what the traditional medium have done today, because they have realized the power of interactivity because of the advent of this new media, that now the television content is being decided by the audience itself. As you see that there are so many programs which are reality shows, and they allow their users and their audience to vote for their contestants. This is how they involve their participation in the program. So now participation of audience have increased because of this, and now they are interacting with the media just because of the kind of challenge these technologies have, the kind of threat these technologies have given to this medium. So the old medium are passive mass media, whereas the new media are individually accessed interactive media. Yes, of course, we can say that the old medium were passive mass media, because these are, as we said already, they are interactive in nature and they are accessed by individuals. So the new media have given us the concept of demassified audience, and these communications happening over the internet or over the new media devices are more of an individualized or more personalized approach. So they give a kind of a more personalized and individualized communication, and so the concept of mass communication have given way to a new concept of demassified audience. So the audience of the users of the new media are no longer the passive recipients of information, as in this definition also. So the new media permits a great more participation of its users, who are no longer just passive recipients of information but are active producers of content and information. So as we have seen that the different social media platforms are why gaining popularity, because they have an active participation of their audience, their consumers, and they are actively contributing content, and they are putting it on the different websites. They are uploading videos, they are uploading text, they are uploading any kind of amateur or any kind of professional. Everything is there which is being created by the audience itself. So the audience have a greater participation in this media, which is not which was not there in the early mediums. So this is a great more participation of its users, who are no longer just passive recipients of information. So they are now the users have turned into, or now the users have become the producers of the content, and through this we have seen the concept of user generated content. And new media holds out a possibility of on-demand access to content anytime, anywhere, on any digital device, as well as interactive user feedback, creative participation, and community formations around the media content. So the new media also holds a possibility of an on-demand access. We see television, we see that our cable operators are providing us the media content at which we demand. If we are looking for a particular film or a particular television program, so we can definitely demand it from our cable operator, and they will definitely provide you that particular film or the video content. So this is how on-demand access have definitely a new concept in this new media technologies, and this has been made possible with the new media only, as that we can watch the content anytime, anywhere, with the ease of our own convenience. We don't have to stick to particular television channel for a particular broadcast of a program, or similarly in radio also we don't have to sit in front of the radio channel listening to a particular program. So this is a kind of an ease which is gave the concept of giving a new concept called the time shifting, or where we can delayed or flexibility to the users, that they can watch the content of media anytime, anywhere, and according to their own convenience. And it is again user feedback, creative participation, because the users are very creatively participating. They are putting content, and that content may be sometimes very creative, maybe by amateurs also. And community formations around the media content is also taking place. So then there are some basic elements of new media. The one thing is the technological application, and the other one are the information networks. And when we say technological applications, we are concerned with the processing, exchange and storage of information, and the new media are as much an institution of private as well as public communication, and are regulated or not accordingly. And their operation is not typically professional or bureaucratically organized in the same manner or in the same degree as the mass medium does. So these are certain examples of new media. Let's quickly take one by one. Emails, which came for the first in the pioneer one was the email, and that helped to popularize the new media also. Then the websites, blogs, streaming audio and video, chat rooms, online communities are there, social media is there, and sharing platforms are there. Mobile applications are there, different mobile applications are there. Web advertising is a new term after the traditional forms of advertising and marketing. DVD and CD-ROM also helps us to replicate and make copies of the media content, so they are also included into new media. Virtual and augmented reality is the future of these technologies, and then digital camera, internet telephony, interactive television, these are all the different examples of new media. So with this we come to an end of this session, and today we have discussed in this session the various concepts and definition of new media, the various viewpoints of the communication scholars who gave us the different definitions and who helped us to understand this new media technologies. And also we have also taken certain examples that what are the things that contribute to the new media and what all are included in new media. This is not just one thing, there are so many things listed down as we discussed in the previous slides you would have seen on your screens. So these are certain examples of new media which we discussed in this session. So I hope by the end of this session you would be able to clear with the thought, with a clear-cut idea on what the new media technologies are and how these technologies are different and what are the different attributes of these technologies and what are the different features of these technologies that make them different from the other medium. So I request to keep watching this session, and we will continue this session and after in the next session also, and we will continue this lecture in the next session where we will definitely discuss about the various technologies that help in the evolution of the new media. So till then, please keep watching this channel and stay tuned.